Hi, I'm Josh, and welcome to Beyond the Veil, a show that's on the Everything Paranormal Show, where we focus on a lot of divination style stuff like Dowsing Rods and tarot cards and pendulums, helping you to hopefully either reach your loved ones, people you know that cross the veil, or even some guidance from tarot on topics in your life, finance, love life, career, all those fun things that we want to have some guidance on. So it's good to see you. So I like to go live. It's fun and take chat requests, and of course, it's free for those of you that want to come in here and make requests. It is free, and however, we do have donations, and if you want to donate and or tip, we have the Cash App Beyond the Veil. And if you want other ways, if you don't have Cash App, is free, so I do recommend that you use it. But anyways, we just thought we'd come live. I just thought I'd go live, maybe try to, who knows, get some West Coast folks out there. So I just thought it'd be fun to do an impromptu live. My time is pretty much like 3 a.m, just about. So, but I thought it'd be fun. Terry Lynn in the chat, my wife, hi. So, in any case, we're gonna probably start things out with a Dowsing Rod session. We have some spirit cleanup from earlier, so I want to talk a little bit about that real quick. So, Generally, we do these sessions. We open up communication to the spirits, and when you get done, typically you want to close out that session. You want to make sure that you send the spirits back where you came from, and and then you want to close it out. So, nah, that's just stubble. My wife's like, "Hey, you got dry skin on your chin," but I think that's probably just stubble and the lighting. So, but in any case, we're live. We just roll with it, right? All right. So, but folks, seriously, like as I was saying, whenever you do these sessions, you want to close them out. So earlier today, we had a nice session, but I left for work, and I was in a hurry. Didn't close out the session, and while I was gone, there was like lights flickering. We still had some spirits in the house, so we're going to take care of that today as well, and we're round up the spirits that are hanging around the house and send them on their way by the time we're done tonight. So, but in any case, I believe it was Debbie and her husband Martin. I believe Martin may have been hanging around our house. So if Debbie ends up watching this, Debbie, Martin was hanging out with us for a few hours. So in any case, I'm going to adjust the camera and we're going to get started on doing some things. Okay, I like to bring you guys down here. There you go. There you go. Just there. All right, guys. So now we're in here, and I got my tarot cards, but we're going to focus on that. All right, we're going to focus on the Dowsing Rods session right now. Okay. We focus here. All right, folks. Here we go. All right. Spirit guide. If you could step forward, let me know that you're here. Please cross the rods. Let me know that you're here. Okay, thank you for that. Okay, can you please straighten the rods, please? Straighten the rods for confirmation. Okay. Thank you for that. Now, spirit guide, is there a few spirits roaming around our house? Could you please confirm yes or no? Please cross the rods for yes. Okay, yes. All right. Okay. Thank you for that. Please straighten the rods out. Okay. Are these Red Perkins? Hi. Pop it in the chat. Hello. Okay, spirit guide, can you round up are these spirits, let me ask you, are these spirits, did we communicate with them earlier today? Yes, I'm getting kind of a hesitant yes. So that means maybe, how many spirits are there? Is there more than two? Can you cross the rods for yes? Are there two spirits here? Okay. Thank you. Not including yourself, right? Yes. Okay. Straighten the rods, please. Okay. Now, out of these two spirits, is one of them Martin LaRock? Can you cross the rods for yes? Okay. All right. Thank you for that. Okay. Please straighten it out. Can my sister and I get a reading? Absolutely. Absolutely. Just 1 second here. Let me finish up my session with my spirit guide here. I'm just doing some house maintenance. Now, the other spirit, have we communicated with the other spirit before? Can you cross the rods for yes? No? Okay. Spirit guides, can you ask the spirits to please leave our home for now? Until we have another communication session. Right now, they're not welcome. They need to go back where they're come from. But definitely thank them for the visit. but right now they're not allowed to be in our home, and I want to go ahead and close out that session right now. All right, thank you. And are they moving out of the? Are they moving off the property or off the house or out of the house? Please, can you please confirm? Can you give us a? Can you cross the rods for yes? Okay, yes, thank you. Okay, so Red Perkins says my sister my sister I guess would like to know about a relationship. Okay, so if you can maybe give me your sister's name, that helps. But thank you for Spirit Guide. I'm gonna end that session. Okay. Okay, so right now I'm sorry about that. We just had to deal with an earlier situation, so I wanted to make sure to have that off there. So, but good job. So Terry Lynn, you did know that Terry Lynn did feel that there was at least 2 spirits. So that's good. That was confirmation. So her name is Cedar. All right, and she's sitting here and she wants to know about a relationship. Okay. All right. Are you wanting to know just guidance on this? Is this a romantic interest, or and you want to know some guidance on it? Is that correct? All right. Okay. Tarot, Red Perkins in the chat on Facebook. Their sister name is Cedar, and she is seeking guidance about a relationship. Could you please give us some guidance on this relationship? Okay. Cut the deck. Okay. This is how I feel it needs to be stacked. Move my mouse here. Okay. Okay, this one for sure, and this one popped out. Okay. It's a romantic relationship. Okay. All right. So the first and main card is the Knight of Cups, and then it looks like we have the 7 of Wands. Now, one thing I like to do is I actually like to read the meaning of the cards for you from the actual tarot book, and then I'm going to give you my interpretation of what I feel based on my intuition of what it may mean for you. So the first thing we're going to look at is the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups, and I got to use my light on my phone here. The warrior carries a cup with an important elixir or cure to be delivered where it is needed, regardless of the challenge. So this actually represents romance and seeking what you love. So that's a good sign so far. Now, for clarification, we turn to the 7 of Wands. So we don't want to jump ahead, okay? But let's look at the 7 of Wands. All right. And the 7s of Wands will give us the clarification on that. So this means that you are right. Hold your ground. Any lack of integrity will be your downfall. All right. So this is like courage and valor. So it sounds to me, now I just want to show you some symbolism here. I always like to show you the cards, right? So you can see, okay, you see how you got a knight on a steed, right? Bringing a cup, and it talked about being romantic. So that's a good thing. And then this is here is saying, hold your ground, right? So basically, whoever this is probably going to come around or be more of the advancer. And you just need to hold your ground, but be honest, okay? Don't try to lie or don't try to cover anything, because if you lie to this knight, basically, that's going to be your downfall. So integrity is important, but there is romance there, okay? So I hope that helps. That's a good reading. I mean, that's good cards to pull for that, I believe. So I hope that helps. All right. And so now, Red Perkins, are you looking for a reading yourself as well? Okay, I might clear that energy. Okay, awesome. And so, if and her reading was spot on. Oh, great! I'm glad to hear that. Again, I just put the energy into the question, into tarot, or asked. We asked tarot, and I'm glad that those cards lined up for your situation. So awesome. Red, what would you like to know in the aspect of your life? Is it romance, career, money, love life, whatever, whatever different things that you're looking at. BS7 status, hello. I'm just kind of waiting on Red here, just to let us know, if you want to give us an idea of what you're looking at, what aspect you need guidance on. So my question is, what can I do to upgrade myself for my upcoming birthday and also my singing career? Okay, so let's look at your singing career. All right, I think that would probably be the best thing, because again, two-part question, or two questions might be a little bit. We always like to try to be as specific as we can for tarot. That way, it gets you a much better reading. So let's look at your singing career. I think that could be a good one for this. How about 2022? Let's see what your singing career has in store for 2022. Okay, give it a good shuffle. All right. And let me focus on the question for you. So Red Perkins would like some guidance on their singing career. Okay. So please, tarot, could you please give some guidance on their singing career for, what's going to happen with them in the year 2022 with their singing career? Can you please give us some guidance? Thank you. Just wanted to make sure I focus on that for you. Okay, and telling me to do this. And these two immediately just popped out right here to me. Right there. Okay. So the first thing we've got is we got the Two of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles. So again, what I like to do is we are going to, I'm going to read the descriptions to you on the technical book, and then I'll give you my interpretations. All right, so time to experiment and try different actions to get better results. All right, so that's going to be your main card. Okay, so for that, so for talking about experimentation for different things, so let's clarify, right, with the 10 of Pentacles. Okay, now the 10 of Pentacles will clarify a little more for you. And this is going to say, embrace or seek the fulfillment that comes with a partnership that will help you both attain a great and safe life, long-term gains, and inheritance. So this is kind of interesting to me, because what this tells me, Red, and I'm just going to show you the art. Okay, so right here, this is saying, right here, this one is your main card. So this is about experimenting and trying some different things for a better result, which means in your singing career, you may have to look at maybe some different genres. If I don't know if you just sing a particular genre, maybe you do sing a few different things, but maybe this is saying, hey, be experimental, go think beyond. And of course, this is talking about a partnership. So maybe we're talking about a duet. There could be a long-term singing partner in your future that may help your career this year. Okay, so that's really what I'm feeling from these is going outside the box, but at the same time, that partnership, that singing duet partnership, most likely, because that's what I'm feeling. Being a musician myself, these cards to me say, hey, you've got a future duet that may not even be in your normal wheelhouse, but it might benefit you to go outside that wheelhouse. Does that make sense? So I hope that makes sense to you, Red. All right. And all right. So okay, awesome. Well, I'm really glad that you guys both sounds like you and your sister got some good readings. I'm really glad to see that uh, that tarot was fortunate for you, right? So we got how did you want me to conceive you? King TJ, Red Perkins, Grand Rising, Lovely. Hi, did you want me to consider you for a reading? DM me if you're interested in my reading. So I don't know about you, King TJ. That's pretty cool. I'm glad you came on here. I don't know if you're just trying to, scrape some people over to your stuff there. That's kind of weird. I don't know, but that's cool. If you want to, you know, snipe some people from my chat, that's cool. I mean, you know, we're not a huge show, but I do my best to help people. BS7 status. It says, "What should I reply to Sarthak?" To be honest with you, I'm not sure what Sarthak is. Again, call me ignorant, but I mostly focus on focus on the paranormal and the spirits, and of course helping people with dowsing rods and tarot. But I'm again, not real familiar with all of the different things out there. So forgive me if I sound ignorant on that. But if you want to clarify, Sarthak is my friend. Okay. So I'm not sure. So that's why I wanted to make sure. So you want to know, let's see, what should I reply to Sarthak? So so I guess my question is for you is your friend waiting for a response? I guess I could just generally ask, but I don't know if this is like, okay, well, let's just ask. Let's ask what tarot says, because maybe tarot knows more than me, and I'm sure the reading will work out for you in that sense. So let's just see. Okay. I'll shuffle the cards up real good, clear that energy from that last session, and then we'll get to shuffling here a little bit. So tarot, BS7 status, which is their handle there for YouTube. They want to know how to reply, I guess, to their friend Sarthak. Okay, they were fighting. So how should they move forward? How I don't know if it's a he or she. How should they move forward with their friend Sarthak? Can you give some guidance? Okay. All right. So now that we've done that, okay. And yes, Red, happy birthday. Sorry about that. Was focused on stuff, but okay. This is telling me to cut like this. Okay. Here we go. Let's bring this out. Okay, and just looking to feel what comes out. Okay, this one's coming out to me, and this one right here. Okay. Okay. So the first one is the Lover's card, and then for clarification is Two of Wands. All right, so this is going to clarify what this is about. Okay. All right, so the first thing I want to do for you is, all right, he's my friend from school time. Okay, yeah, I'm male. Okay, that's cool. Again, I just go by whatever the readings are going to say here. So the lovers. Now, don't panic. The lovers represent partnership, especially a profound connection with someone that is both intimate and romantic. And basically, we cannot fully experience life until we connect with someone intimately and deeply. But this is about commitment and status through union, connection, and or soulmate. Now, let's clarify this with the Two of Wands. All right. And again, you can let me know if this matches up with you. I mean, the fact that you're wanting to know about when you fought and what to do with this person, it makes sense that you get these cards. All right, so the Two of Wands, again, we just had this, but you need to choose a direction and take steps to move forward. So this makes perfect sense to me. I mean, here on one hand, you have the lovers. Now, does this necessarily mean that this high school friend of yours is necessarily your lover, or anything like that? But this is it's again, I don't know your personal life, but this is saying that you do care for that person. Again, it doesn't have to necessarily be romantic, but that you do care for this person, and that you want to have a future relationship with them. And this clarifier is saying, move forward with this, right? Move forward with that friendship. But it's saying you have to decide how you want to approach this. Okay. So you have to decide on which way to mend that relationship. But this is saying this is a very positive card for relationships. So this is telling me, yes, move forward, and with that relationship, that friend, even if it's just friendship, but it's probably a deep friendship that you need to heal, but you have to decide the right way to go about it. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. I hope that for you, again, I don't know your life, so I hope that makes sense for you. I really do. It sounds positive to me, and it sounds like there's hope in that you guys can overcome whatever fighting you had. All right. So hopefully BS7, I hope that makes sense. Does that make sense for you? All right. You're welcome. I appreciate that very much. And guys, remember, if you like what I'm doing here, and let me tell you, I like to give you guys a quality reading. So let me just let me bring this up here. Okay. Let me just be able to look at you guys eye to eye for a second. But if you like what I do here, because let me tell you, I know there's a lot of people that do tarot and dowsing rods sometimes, and a lot of times you see them just kind of like using the dowsing rods, and they're just like blasting through questions. People are just like, hey, and they're just like, yes, no, like really quick. I try to give you a quality. My wife, I say we a lot because my wife is behind the scenes. She's my other half behind the scenes helping me. Terry Lynn in the chat. So that's why I say we a lot. But we do want to give you guys quality readings. We don't want to just blast through. We try to actually focus on your questions and really get the most accurate readings, because anybody can sit up here and just say yes, no, move some dowsing rods or swing them with your arms or something, or blast through the tarot. The tarot, of course, I usually see people do a little better with the tarot, but the dowsing rods, there's some really quick and horrible responses. So anyways, enough about that. But if you guys have any questions, like I said, but please like, share, subscribe. That's the biggest tip. Even if you don't donate any money or give us a tip on anything, if you like this free reading that you got, just share it. Subscribe, hit that notification bell. That way every time I go live, and you can jump on here, and I'm always more than happy to do more readings for you. So anyways, back to the readings and stuff. So bring you down here on the camera. There, I think that's good. All right. So they don't do it with Terry Lynn's like, yeah, they don't do it with any amount of integrity, right? And she's right. There's a lot of, now again, I'm not saying everyone. There's a lot of different ways to do divination, but come on. I mean, you can't tell me that just flinging the rods around and just rifling through questions, yes, no, yes, no. You can't tell me that that's quality. I'm sorry. So that's more of like, hey, we're really busy. We're just trying to get as much money as we can and rush through this as much as we can. And I get that. I get how you could be backed up, but I would rather give you guys quality readings. And so for that, all I ask is just like and share, subscribe, interact. But I'm glad to see that you guys are really getting some good cards. I am. I really think I was really happy with Red and his sister. They seem to get cards that really worked exactly for their situation, and even BS7 getting those cards that was about relationship and making decisions. So it makes sense, it makes sense. Yeah, I wanted to kind of see a little bit while I'm waiting. Anytime I get a little downtime, I just wanted to kind of wait and see. Let's take a look. I want to do, now what I like to do from time to time is like a daily or a weekly reading, and it's for whoever watches this video. So if you watch this video, then this message was meant for you. Okay, something drew you to come and watch this. So if you're watching this, then this will be your week ahead in finances. Let's just take a look and see how your finances will be this coming up week. Okay, so Tarot, if you could give us guidance on the viewers that watch this video, could you please give us some guidance on finances and maybe some advice? All right, here we go. I like these right here. I always like to look at the cards that jump out to me whenever the decks separate, usually, and especially if I feel it, when the decks kind of separate in those cards. And Disha Chawla, can you ask a question? Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm going to finish this real quick. This is going to be our reading on this coming up week. So we have Temperance, okay? And we have the Knight of Wands for clarification. And this is about finances for this coming up week. So, Temperance. Let's start out. Temperance is like 14. Give me 1 second. Again, I like to read the descriptions. I love reading the descriptions for you guys, because you might even hear something that appeals to you too. Temperance represents balance and equilibrium that has the chance to develop with greater life experience. So we need to step back from time to time and assess where we are to determine if we are in or out of balance. So calm, health, well-being, balance, common ground, and harmonious action. Okay, so that's the main thing. And the Knight of Wands, all right, is going to be our clarification on this. So the Knight of Wands right here means that you need to go on an adventurous quest and get out of your routine and explore. So this is what's pretty cool, is that this is what I like. All right, so for financial advice for next week, you have your main card, which is talking about balance, but also talking about assessing your situation, right? And this is telling you to be a little adventurous and kind of go for some things. So at the same time is make sure your money, this is what I'm feeling for next week. Make sure your money is balanced, right? Step back, take a look at everything. And if you find that, like, hey, maybe you're just a little behind in stuff, then don't be adventurous. That's the clarification, right? So these work together. If you find that your money is in balance, right, and you're good to go, this is saying go for that little bit of adventure. Okay? So I hope that makes sense for next week. All right. And so Dishachala, it says, what type of feelings does Shrey have about me? And should I stay or move on? Okay, this is like a relationship. Relationship question. Okay. So it sounds like you're wondering about the other person in your relationship. That you already have a relationship with them, but we'll just see what Tarot has to say. And clear the energy from previous here. And let's give it a good shuffle for you. All right. So this is Shala. Let's see. I hope I'm saying that kind of right. I try to get the names the best I can, folks. I apologize. Okay. All right. We're going to cut the deck. Okay. And this is, I'm feeling this here. Okay. This one for sure. And I feel like this one popped out to me the most there. Okay. Okay. Oh, you know what, Disha? I'm sorry. I wasn't fully focused. I got ahead of myself. So we're going to do this again for you. I want to make sure I give you a fair reading. Okay? I apologize. In fact, I'm going to clear the energy one more time from here. And I'm just going to give this a little more of a shuffle again. And this time I'm going to focus a little more on your question. I apologize. So, Tarot, Disha Shala would really like to know about her relationship or the feelings that Shrey has about her in the relationship. Okay? So could you please let us know about the relationship with Shrey that Disha Shala has? There we go. There we go. Now we got some focused energy in there. Okay, and this time it's telling me to do this. All right. Here we go. All right. Okay. This one is wanting to jump out, and this one over here. All right, here we go. So our first one is the King of Swords, and then we have the Knight of Pentacles as a clarifier to this. Okay? So, the Knight of Swords. I'm going to read this to you so that way you get a chance to understand the official meaning. And again, I'll give you some breakdown on what I feel. So, the King means that you oversee the decision and do not need input from others. Make your choice and inform everyone else once you have decided. You may call to negotiate a dispute, the final decision maker and judge. All right, so I'm gonna get into that, but we're gonna clarify what this card is with the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so with the Knight of Pentacles, all right, it's time to take decisive action that leads to concrete results. Find the solution and act on it. So this is goal-driven and reliable. So, Disha, I'm going to tell you that what Tarot is telling you is that you are the ultimate decision in this relationship. Okay, you are the final judgment. It is up to you to make that decision, and this is telling you it is time to make that decision. So, the longer you dwell on this decision, the worse it may be. This is telling you it's your decision. It's time to act. This is your decision. So you can see here the sword, the King of Swords. So you are in command of this. Okay, it's all on you to make this decision. I know it may not be easy to hear that, But this is telling you now is the time to be decisive. Make that choice. Okay. So I know it's kind of complicated, but you are at a crossroads, and it is time to make that decision. Okay. Now I know it may not be easy to hear. Like I said, tarot is trying to tell you that this ultimately has to be your decision, and that it can't necessarily tell you whether this person is right or wrong for you. And that's something that you need to search your gut. You need to search your intuition and make a decision. If you feel like this person really is that decision, then commit to it. It is ultimately your decision. Okay? And now's the time. All right. So, and then you also was wondering about a general. Is he faking things to me? Well, we can ask a yes no from tarot. We can ask a yes no for you on that. So the way that the yes no works is we are going to shuffle the cards. Let me clear the energy. Okay, that's how I clear the energy from the deck. Okay, not everybody does a little differently, but that's how I clear energy from the deck. Okay, it sort of resets. Tarot, Disha Chawla is wondering if is Shrey genuine with her. Ask the rods. You have a feeling to ask the rods. Okay. Let's do both. I think Terry Lynn could be right. Terry Lynn has a gut feeling that we should ask the rods. So let's ask both. Okay? Let's ask the rods and here. So we just asked tarot on the deck. And now what happens is I split the deck. Okay? Now, so what's going to happen is I'm going to deal 3 cards. Okay? These 3 cards, depending on whether they're face up or face down, to me, is a yes or no. So is he genuine? So far we have a yes, and a yes. So I'm getting a hard yes. Typically that means this person is, in fact, basically there's not really a room for, a no. It's a hard yes. That's what tarot is saying so far. Now, let's consult with the rods. Let's consult with the spirits. Okay. All right. Give me a second here. Listen. Okay. Spirit guide, could you please come forward, cross the rods, let me know that you're here to ask or to answer some questions. Can you please cross the rods? Let us know you're here. Okay. Thank you for that. Okay. Can you please straighten the rods for confirmation? Straighten the rods, please. All right. So we have a question. The question is, this is Chala wanted to know if Shrey, the person that they're in a relationship with, they're wanting to know if they are being genuine with them. Can you please cross the rods to let us know? Is this Shrey genuine? You please cross the rods for yes. Okay, so I am getting a hard yes from the spirits as well, Disha. So I don't know. I hope that answers your question. Again, I don't know your situation, but both tarot and the rods are saying that this person is genuine, though. So, Spirit Guide, could you let us know? Is Shrey? Should Disha stay with Shrey? Can you please cross the rods for yes? Okay. Well, the rods are saying that you should stay with Shrey. So, again, take that for what you will. The spirits are always 100%, but there is a high accuracy rate. So, the tarot and the rods are saying he's genuine and that maybe you should say so. ultimately, given your reading, it's your decision, and it's time to commit. Okay, so I'm gonna end that communication right now with my spirit guide. All right, so good job, Terry Lynn, for that extra assist on her intuition. Terry Lynn's got great intuition, so I like to listen to her from time to time, or whenever she has those ideas. So, so yes, Disha, thank you, and thank you for letting me to let me do a reading and try to help you out. I always appreciate that whenever you people allow me to do that. I feel like people when they let me, you know, contact loved ones or do readings, it feels, like they let you into their life. There's an intimate part of that, and it's really cool that they let my wife and myself into their lives to help them out. So that's always cool. Again, if you all I ask for people is that if you're unable to donate, then please like, share, subscribe, tell other people, and hit that notification bell so that way when I'm live again, you know when I'm live, and you can come back on and you can do more stuff. When are you going to come live for next time? Well, I try to do quite often. I have a regular Thursday show, and then Wednesdays lately we have been trying to do every Wednesday for sure. But then anything in between, like right now, and we just kind of whenever we can pop in. We've been trying to do it more frequently. We've been getting a lot more people because again. So yes, hit that notification bell, like, share, subscribe, and hey, pass the word around if you know anybody that needs readings or likes tarot readings, or even a lot of times we have people that cross the veil. We want to contact, pass a message along. We try to do that. And again, I don't like to charge, but we do take donations and things like that. That does help. So. Especially if you have the Cash App, but all the information is down there on the ticker. So I appreciate that, Disha. So I hope I was pronouncing your name right, and I'm glad we could do that for you. So I'll stay live for maybe like a few more minutes, and then we'll probably wrap it up here in a little bit. But yeah, I love talking with you all, and what else? We did a weekly. I did a daily already on the previous stream before I left for work, and then now that I'm back, we did a weekly stream or a weekly tarot reading. So let's see. What else would be nice? All right, so let's do this. I would like to do a reading for people that watch this on maybe we did the money, so maybe their maybe their relationships, right? Let's just kind of put that out there for people. So, Tarot, if you could give us some guidance for this coming up week on people for their relationships. Okay, so just some overall guidance for this coming up week for any of the viewers that watch this, which means that if you're watching, this is a message for you. Okay. There we go. And this is telling me like this. Okay, this one for sure wanted to really come out, and this one here, those two I like doing a lot of 2-card pulls. It's really fun. F. Polinick or whatever. I can't tell. F. Pauline or something. I can't even tell. My eyes. But hi. Okay. So we have the 8 of Cups, is our main and our Knight of Wands. Man, we've been getting this Knight of Wands a lot. So I'm going to read. I always like to read to you guys. So we have the Eight of Cups. This is going to be, remember, we asked if the for this coming up week some guidance of relationships. So if you're watching this, again, this is for you. So the Eight of Cups, let's see what the Eight of Cups has to say as soon as I find it in here for us. All right, here we go. You get my light. It's like I said, I always like to read it to you guys. That way you understand. Okay, so you must let go of something or someone that has once emotionally important to you, but no longer has any value. The relationship or situation is empty. Letting go and moving on. Wow. So you talked about relationships. I mean, look at that card that we got. Really? So now, the Knight of Wands, this is and I want to read it to you. So this sounds perfect, I believe, for our situation. And I'm going to explain that to you here in a second. So you guys will know what I'm talking about. And you pretty much can tell. The Knight of Wands means you need to go out on an adventurous quest, get out of your routine, and explore. So let me cover this. Let me explain this. So for those of you watching, check this out. So this card is basically saying that there's a relationship in your life. It doesn't necessarily mean like a girlfriend or a spouse. This could just be a toxic relationship in your life, period. Okay. Just a relationship that was once important to you, but it's empty now. So basically, maybe it was a friend, somebody that you had a relationship with, but maybe every time you try to text them, they don't respond. I don't know, but maybe it's just time to let go. And this is the clarifier. This is saying, yes, go out and start a new adventure. Find a new friend, find a new relationship. So maybe for some of you, you might have that girlfriend or someone there's just nothing left. It's pretty much dead. And this is saying, let it go. This is saying, go out and find something. Go find a new one. So these are perfect cards, folks. This is a great draw for a relationship guidance for this coming up week. Okay. Now me, I don't have to worry about it because I have an amazing spouse who's my soulmate. But this is probably telling me of maybe a friend I haven't talked to in forever. Maybe I just need to let it go and find a new friend. So I'm going to keep that in mind. All right. So that was pretty cool. I mean, we asked tarot for relationship advice and we got good cards for relationships, or at least relationship cards type thing. So FP says, really, I wonder if there will be any new love coming my way. Now, we can, of course, ask about, relationship guidance. Now, that overall is relationship guidance, technically. So if you want a specific reading for you, FP, we could definitely do it. I don't know if you want to provide a name to make it more specific. But because, you always want to try, if you're going to ask for specifically you, but again, you were watching when I did the upcoming week. And so again, I don't know if that pertains to you with the stuff I just said, but I mean, if you want specifically, maybe you want to know relationship guidance for this year. If you want to provide maybe even a first name or something, or just a name, I can try to ask tarot and we can be a little more specific for you. I just want to make sure I give you a good reading if you would like that. All right. I'm kind of giving FP a chance. To respond. Love prediction for 2022. Okay. Okay, we can definitely do that. Did you want to provide like just a name, like a first name maybe, or you don't have to, but it does help. It says I let go of my past relationships. Well, that's good, I guess. But yeah, if you have like a name that I can at least put out there for tarot, like for the energy glow. Okay, all right. You're not Filipino by chance, are you? Okay. All right. Let's clear the energy from the weekly reading. Okay. And I'm going to give this a good little shuffle for you, Glow. Okay. I am Asian, right? I was just asking. I felt something like that, and my mother-in-law went by Glow. God bless her. Okay. So, Glow, right, honey? I'm talking to Terry Lynn. Yeah, I know. That's what I was saying. Like, I just immediately got that vibe, right? So, all right, awesome. I do look like a Filipino. Okay. Well, I was just asking. Okay. So let me focus here. So we just cleared the. Okay. So I did shuffle. So Glow, but Glow would like to know about relationships for this year in 2022. Okay. So Tarot, could you please give Glow some guidance for upcoming love relationships? Okay, for romantic relationships, like love relationships. Okay, thank you so much. Let's give it a little more shuffle. Tarot, if you could help us out. All right. And I'm going to cut the deck. All right. And it's telling me to go heat like this. Okay. There we go. This one here. Nope. Yeah, this one here. And this one here. Okay. But I feel like this one is the main and this is the clarifier. Okay. So we have Justice and we have the Empress. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. This was the clarifier. I'm sorry. This was the main. I don't know what I was thinking. I pulled it when I pulled it out. Okay, so don't worry. This is the main. This is the clarifier. Okay. All right. So the Empress. I want to read this to you, Glow. The Empress represents the feminine divine, the essence of beauty, abundance, and nourishment. Okay, teaching you about the natural world, how to care for the world, how to nurture yourself, and how to care for others. So this is like a nurturing and abundance, the feminine divine, sovereignty over the natural order. And then for clarification, we have the Justice card. Okay, so I'm going to make sure to tell you this for clarity. So Justice represents detached decision-making, logic, and power of knowledge outside of emotions. Okay, this is objectivity analysis for determining outcomes and making important decisions. Life can be fair if we act with integrity. So this is detached decision-making, responsibility, consequences, logic, cause, and effect. So I know that all sounds crazy, but so let me break this down for you, Glow. Okay, so the Empress is that divine part inside of you, okay, that feminine qualities inside of you, whether you're female or male, it doesn't matter, the female qualities in you, and this is good. This is a good thing for future relationships, okay, and you definitely, this is also talking about not only caring, nurturing for yourself, but also caring for others. So in other words, as you go into this year, you definitely want to make sure you enter into a nurturing relationship where, in other words, you want it to reciprocate. If you have somebody that doesn't reciprocate, it's not a nurturing relationship. And this is what you need. And the clarity is your justice card. Okay. The justice card is detached decisions. So, in other words, don't make emotional decisions, make sound decisions about your relationships. So, if you do come across somebody that is, maybe nurturing, but keep in mind, make good decisions without making them emotional. A lot of people get a little too emotional sometimes and they make decisions about their relationships. So when you do find somebody in 2022, it sounds like you will, it's going to be nurturing is what you're going to want, a nurturing relationship, and you want to make those decisions without just pure emotion. You really want to detach yourselves from your feelings and analyze the relationship and make sure that it is a nurturing relationship. Okay? So I hope that makes sense. I hope that makes sense for you, Glow. Hi, Mandy. Hello. It's good to see you in chat, Mandy. Lucretia. I hope I'm probably murdering that. May I be added to the list? Well, fortunately for you, there is no list, but it's free, and I don't mind doing the reading. All I ask in return is just share. Just share this, like, subscribe, and maybe hit that notification bell. So if you like what I do, YouTube, Lucretia. Yeah, Lucretia. Lucretia. All right. Or maybe it's Cray, but Cree. I'm guessing Lucretia. Okay, Lucretia. Okay, Mandy. So, what can I do for you? What would you like? Would you like a reading with tarot, or do you want the dowsing rods? Would you like to? Are you trying to contact somebody? What would you like us to do, Mandy? Are there messages for me? Okay. Messages from someone that has passed? Is that what you're asking? Or are you looking for guidance type messages for reading? Okay, reading. Okay. Now, Mandy, what kind of reading would you like? Would you like guidance for what aspect of your life? Financial, work, relationship, family? I mean, is there a certain aspect of your life that you would like some guidance? I always like to ask because, again, the more specific you can be for tarot, the more accurate or the better the readings will be. So, especially if there's something you really want to focus on. Now, if you just want to know overall your journey for 2022, you can do something on a more general scale. If there's a certain aspect of your career, like we had somebody asking about their singing career earlier, things like that. It says, I'm being told I need to be aware of deception. All right. What is deception? Who, how, and what? Okay, so you're being told to be aware of deception, and you want to know who and kind of how and what. I wonder if that might be something we may want to consult the spirits with. Okay, so is this? Let me ask you, because I want to give you something accurate. I want to figure out what's the best way to approach what you're trying to find out. So, are you being told that someone is deceiving you, or Spirits are telling you. So spirits are telling you that you're being deceived by someone in your life. Is that what you're saying? Because it says yes, spirits. Okay. Okay. The more specific the information you're given, the less likely your made up rubbish has a chance of being accepted by these poor, vulnerable people. More specific information, your made up rubbish. Well, it's not like I'm a psychic. I'm not, making stuff up. It's guidance. So appreciate that, Patalel Peter, or whatever your name is. So, and I'm not taking advantage of anybody. See, I'm doing this for free. So I think you're just being a troll. All right. So spirits, it could be my relationship, their friends, my job. Okay. Well, we can find out. We can ask Manny and see what they say. Okay. All right. So if my spirit guide could step forward and please cross the rods, let me know that you're here. Okay. Thank you for that. Okay. Straighten the rods, please. All right. All right. So I have Mandy Lucretia here with me, and she's wanting to know about people surrounding her in her life, and she's wanting to know about deception. Is there someone in Mandy's life that is deceiving her? Could you please cross the rods for yes, or could you please, could you please cross the rods for yes, or leave the rods apart for no? Okay, is there someone, let me rephrase just to make sure, is there someone that is close to Mandy that could be lying to her about something, to hide something? Can you please cross the rods for yes? Leave apart for no? Okay. All right. So I'm gonna stop here in that session there for a second. So Mandy, I just want to say again, I'm not getting anything with the spirits with crossing the rods. There, Mr. Peter in the chat. Obviously, if you are not happy with what I'm doing, then you feel free to leave. You don't have to be here. You're being negative, and I'm not giving anybody false hopes. I'm telling you what the spirits are saying, and you can sit there and say it's a trick all you want, but didn't work because you're watching. Well, it did work because my spirit guide did say yes. So, anyways, so all right. Anyways, but Mandy, I'm not saying that you don't have deception. Again, when you talk to the spirits, it doesn't always mean that the spirits are 100% correct. Again, there has been high accuracy, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they're 100% correctly. So again, take it with a grain of sand, a grain of salt. If you have deception in your life, it will surface. You should always be a little defensive anyways. That's just my own personal advice. So, and again, why, Peter, let me ask you something. Why are you here in the chat? Why are you even here? Seriously. Like, you're just being negative, dude. You're just being like a troll. Anyways. again, and this is the part this is what I try to tell people is that you got to watch out for negative people like Peter, that's in the chat, being very negative and exposing false, he says, and things like that. So, again, you can sit there and say all you want. It's your opinion, dude. So, people can do what they want. I'm here. I'm not taking advantage of people. If people want to donate money and tip me for what I find, that's up to them. It's all free and everything else. So anyways, I'm just saying, you're just being a troll, dude. So, all right. So you can't mirror out your wrongdoing. So anyways, so we just pretty much blocked him because we don't like negativity here. All right. So sorry about that, Mandy. Sorry about that. I mean, we just get that from time to time. It is what it is. But again, like I said before, we're not here to take advantage of people. We're just going to do our readings, do what we have to. And we've had a lot of positive readings, had a lot of positive interaction with people. So, hey, we'll just move forward. All right. So, but yeah, Mandy, I would say if you're still there, Mandy, we can go to the tarot cards, and maybe we can consult with the tarot cards for you to find out a little bit of future advice for you. All right, so let's do that. Let's do a little bit of tarot for you on this. Maybe we can consult something a little more in depth for you. Give it a shuffle here. Just got to refocus my energy. Clear anything from the past there. All right, tarot. Mandy Lucretia would like to know, would like some guidance for this coming up year, and really some guidance overall about the people surrounding her in her life. Can you give us some guidance about people surrounding her? Maybe even deceiving herself. All right, here we go. All right, and we will do the spread here. Here we go. All right. So we have the Nine of Cups, and we have the Seven of Cups. You got a couple cup cards. All right. So let's look at the Nine of Cups first. All right, Mandy. So the Nine of Cups is embrace and accept what truly makes you happy. Your fulfillment is most important right now. All right, so remember we asked about relationships, okay? And so let's look at the Seven of Cups for the clarifier. All right, so the Seven of Cups means that you have an important decision and you need to know what motivates you to make the choice you want or need to make, okay? So again, if we look at the Nine of Cups, again, where you embrace and accept what truly makes you happy. So what's cool about this is that, all right, so I want you to think about this, Mandy. Right here, this is telling you that this is about embracing what makes you happy. This is the clarification card, okay? This one is telling you that you need to figure out what makes you happy and then make a choice. So this is telling you embrace it. This is telling you, hey, you got to figure out what makes you happy. So in the world of relationships, with the people that surround you, this is what relationships in 2022 are going to make you happy. And this is telling you, this is where you have to figure it out. So you're surrounded by these different people and you got to figure out which ones which ones are actually making you happy in your life, and make decisions on that. Okay, so I hope that makes sense to you. Okay, this is saying embrace the relationships that make you happy, but you got to figure out which ones do that and then make decisions. Okay, so I hope that makes sense, Mandy. And who knows, maybe when you follow that intuition and you make that decision, maybe when you start figuring out which relationships make you the happiest, maybe that will weed out the deception that could be elusive. You may have some elusive deception, and that might be why you're getting a little bit of mixed results with the spirits, because again, the spirits aren't all knowing, at times. So you may be getting that mixed results. So when you start weeding out some of those bad relationships, the ones that stick with the ones that really make you happy, then you may weed out some of that deception. Hashtag who is my tribe? Yeah. So they won't tell me, laugh out loud, they are forcing the intuition trust. Yeah, and again, it's tough. It really is. Okay, especially deception. Deception is very tough because sometimes it's emotion. It's emotional deception, which means it can come and go, and emotion drives the future, right? So that can change. That's why spirits sometimes have a hard time with that can change and fluctuate. So you may do a session with spirits in something else, and they may say, yes, you are having some deception. But see, that deception could have worked itself out. Maybe even that person that was deceiving you, maybe they felt bad and they stopped deceiving you. And now at this moment, you may not have somebody deceiving you. So again, that's what makes it tough. So I hope that makes sense. But yeah, it says, I just want to know if I'm supposed to understand deception from my 4-year relationship and what the heck it is. And do I bail or stay? Well, we can ask specifically about your relationship as we get ready to close out this live session. So I'm about to end the session here. So I'll give you some more. I don't mind. You've been very patient, Mandy. So there we go. I'm gonna give it some shuffle here. Now, Tarot, Mandy Lucretia would really like to know about her relationship right now and the future in it, the future in her current relationship, her 4-year relationship. Okay. All right, here we go. Okay, I'm feeling just like this. Okay. Okay, we're definitely going to go with this one and this one here. Okay, Queen of Cups and 3 of Swords. Interesting. All right, so again, I always like to read what these mean for people. Again, I like to read them. I know it's a little more tedious to do that, but again, I really like to do that because I personally like to also, I don't like to miss much for you. So the Queen means you need to act with conviction regarding a significant relationship. Okay, Mandy, so do you understand that? You need to act with conviction regarding a significant relationship. Now, that doesn't always mean anything bad. Now, let's go to the clarification, which is your 3. I know it looks bad, right? Well, let's go to the 3 of Swords, and let's consult with that and see what that says. Okay? Now, again, I'm not trying to always give you positive news, but I don't want people to just jump into conclusions either. Let's clarify here. So the 3 means you are getting mixed results and must find a way to face the frustration and sorrow of the situation or relationship. Okay. So remember, this is sorrow and cognitive dissonance. So, okay, let's dissect this a little bit. Right? You got your Queen of Cups. All right. This is talking about that relationship. Okay. And this is saying you need to be you have to have that conviction. So whatever decision you make, you've got to be firm with it, right? This is saying that, hey, there is sorrow, there is some cognitive dissonance. So, and I hate to say this, but I don't like to ever be negative, and I'm not saying that this is negative, but when we look at cognitive dissonance, a lot of times that means that you don't want to believe something that you know is true. Okay, you know something's true, but you still ignore it. And it's possible that in your relationship, there's something that you know for a fact is true, but you just can't bring yourself to face the truth yet. And once you do, you need to make a decision. Okay, that's what this is telling you about your relationship. You have to face the truth, whatever you know to be is true. Again, I don't know if that's negative or good. It could be a good thing. I don't know. Maybe you're fighting, a longer term commitment or something. Maybe you fear that long term. Maybe you fear that this person is really good for you and that you're waiting for the shoe to drop. So you could also look at it like that. But there is a certain truth to this relationship that you have to face, and this is saying, yes, be convicted in this. This is your main card. So this is waiting for you to make that conviction in that relationship. Okay? So I hope that helps. I do. Okay. Will you keep this live up for me? Well, I mean, I do this quite often. Again, every Wednesdays for sure. Thursdays I have a regular show. I do a lot of paranormal stuff as well because, again, my wife and I has been involved in paranormal off and on for over 25 years, and we've been trying to do more and more of the tarot and Dowsing Rod sessions for people. A lot of people have been really wanting to connect with their loved ones or relationship advice, or whatever, whatever tarot they're looking for. So yes, we do try to keep it going. That's why I always tell people, if you have YouTube, subscribe and hit that notification bell. I don't know if Facebook has that now too, don't they have like a notification thing? But we have a Facebook group called the Everything Paranormal Show. We have a Facebook page called the Everything Paranormal Show, and those, of course, probably what you're watching it on. So make sure that you join those, or like the page, and if they have a notification, definitely turn it on. That way whenever I go live. So thank you. I really appreciate you. And Mandy, thank you for letting us help you. Thank you for letting us read for you. It's also our honor to do that for you, that you let us into your life to do that. So we also thank you. So yes, awesome. All right, so I'm going to step over here. Okay. All right, so I just want to say thank you, everyone who watches this. Thank you for those that participated in chat, and for the naysayers out there, man. Just do your own thing, man. You do you. But for everybody else, thank you so much. Stay positive, right? And I always tell people, hey, we're always doing this. Make sure you click like, share, subscribe if you like what we do. And please, again, show up. Show up. If you haven't got a reading, do it. Come by sometime. We'll do a reading for you. But other than that, guys, remember, we'll see you in the next video, and seek the truth.